What's up, guys? This is such a impromptu. The idea of this video has been planned for a while, but the way in which it is being recorded and the scenery, last minute. So, as of today, it has been a full week since I have seen B2K and their crazy Millennium tour. I think they still have a lot of dates left too, though. And I'd be lying if I said that I didn't want to catch them in like Alabama or something, because still Die Hard, always will be. I don't have any notes, so forgive me if things aren't in order or have any type of structure. This is just me talking to you guys. So yeah, I went to it last Sunday. I miss it so bad. It was Easter Sunday, April 21st. Me and my best friend Rachel, we drove to New Orleans to the UNO Lakefront Arena, and everything, I was just having this conversation yesterday, everything was so smooth. Like, parking, it's regular parking. It wasn't really that organized. They tried to be organized, but it was like, really? Whatever. So all of that was fine. Got there, had to wait a little while to actually get inside. It really wasn't that bad. Maybe because I was jamming to the music. They were playing like 90s music, so so we had to go under the ramp. You know how they usually have ramps, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's ramps to go up. A lot of arenas that size, you can't get to first level seating from the bottom up. You got to go from the top down. But we were on the floor, so we went to the little section under the ramp. A chick came and checked our bags so that when we got to the door, we just had to get our ticket scanned and go in. So, went in. They were playing, of course they're playing some Nipsey Hussle. As soon as we walked in, I'm jamming, feeling it already, which is always good. Like, it was already starting on the right foot, so that was great. Sit down, chilling, looking. I'm like, oh cool, we got a DJ. They usually have a DJ, to kind of kick stuff off. But I'm looking, I'm like, why you look like Omari? Guess what? It was Orion, Omari's little brother. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how old a lot of you are, and I don't know how far back your music knowledge goes, but when B2K was out, Omarion's little brother, Orion, or Sonny, goes by either one apparently, he came out by himself. He looks like Omari, he sounds like Omari, dances like Omari, which is, it's great. Like, he is really talented, you know what I mean? So he had an album out. I have the album. I can't find my little CD case that has everything in it, but I have the album. He was on the You Got Served soundtrack. Yeah, so Orion, he had a career for a bit, you know what I mean? But now he's on tour with his brother and cousins and stuff, because some of them are related and whatever. So he's a little DJ, and I don't think a lot of people realized who he was right away, because I know I sat there and I freaked out when I realized. But I think, because I know my girl said they flashed the spotlight on him for a minute, and then when he was leaving, it was like, oh shit, Orion. So it was like, yeah. So he was there. Then I don't remember how long before everything really started, but they had, I don't remember her name, please forgive me. She works for the radio station, local radio station. So she came out and introduced, kind of talked about the show, whatever. Thank y'all for being here. Those of you who were here for Teen Summit, I remember I used to beg my mom to try to go to Teen Summit when they had it in New Orleans. Because they had like, B2K and a lot of, I think Bow Wow probably went to one or two or whatever. I used to always want to go to Teen Summit. Never made it. I don't think it was because my mama didn't let me. Ain't no telling. It might have been during the week or on like a school night or something. So my mom was like, maybe not. But anyway, so she came out, and then she brought out the host, who's also a comedian. I'll just call him G right now. So he came out. Dude was hilarious because when he first came out, oh excuse me, when he first came out, a lot of people weren't there yet. So you know the jokes ensued and everything. So, but he was really funny. And then it wasn't long before Chingy was coming out. Chingy did his thing. He looks good. Shit, he probably looks better now than when he first came out. And he looked good when he first came out. So just keep that in mind. He did all of his classics. I know he did a little tribute to Nipsey during his set. Did he bring out? I don't think Chingy brought out anybody. He did come back out later. He came out later. But he did his thing. Had a little set. I remember being like, I wish his set was longer. I wish all their, well, not everybody's set. I didn't wish everybody's set was longer, but I'll talk about that later. So after Chingy, G came back out, and I don't remember him really doing too much in between sets. After Chingy, this is where I get confused. I was like, who came out after Chingy? I think Yin Yang Twins came after Chingy. I wish they would have gone first, really, but Yin Yang Twins came out, did their thing, all the classics, got everybody hyped. It was cool. Everything was great. I think they did a Nipsey thing too, which is always, you know, it just shows everybody felt that. Like, all the artists definitely feel that. So, yeah, came out. Whew, like I said, I don't think it was really that big of a gap or whatever. So Yin Yang. After the Yin Yang Twins was Bobby. Yeah. Shit, I really don't. I'll have to go look at my videos. I don't remember who came out first, Bobby or Lloyd. Man, I really want to say Bobby though. I really want to say Bobby. But even if I'm out of order, I apologize. This shit was a week ago. I didn't write anything down. I didn't look at anything before I started this, so forgive me. Bobby, okay, look, let's just start with the fact that he comes out with this jacket cape thing with fur, like, Bobby. So, but look, he sounded good. He sounded the same. You know, they showed his old videos in the background and everything else. It was like, good for you. You're still doing your thing. I'm happy for you. You know what I'm saying? Had everybody singing. It was cool. So, Lloyd. I just want to say, when Lloyd left the stage, I was like, I love him even more now than I ever did. And I've been a big fan of Lloyd for years. So, yeah. Lloyd was great. I mean, he came out with the energy, but still him. Like, I feel like he's always been like that since he's been out, since he first came out. Still cute, still like everybody on this tour who's been out doing this for a minute, they look so young and just so good, and a lot of us are the same age, so it's like it was just a dope moment for all of us, I feel like. But Lloyd was great, did all the hits, a lot of his because he did Bedrock. He was a feature on that, with some of his feature stuff and a lot of his solo stuff, and he was awesome. Loved it. Next would be Pretty Ricky. How? They are just as I remembered them, probably nastier than before. Spectacular. I just look, like I said, we were talking about this yesterday, and I remember the last Scream tour that I went to that Pretty Ricky was on. They came out in underwear, like white tidy whities, and that was all. That's what they had on, right? You're thinking in your mind, you're a teenager, like, ain't nobody gonna beat that. Well, Spec, after almost pulling down his pants completely in the middle of the stage. I think some of us turned away because we were like, even though we know we old enough to see it, like, oh, am I old enough to see this? Am I? Ooh. Okay. He comes back out later in a towel, doing the whole stripper thing, the towel. He probably ain't had nothing on underneath that towel, but he came out in a towel. And we didn't know what to do. Look or look away. I don't know. Not because we don't like it, but it's just like, sir. 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 Okay. Okay. So enough about Spec. I do want to say, though, pleasure. Marcus. Mr. Marcus. Sir. You was looking good, boy. Oh, man. He looked like Spec looked the same. Blue looked good. Blue looked the same. Slick looked the same. But Marcus, pleasure, he was looking good. Like I kind of like. I think I had a few moments with a lot of them that night. Just kind of okay. And he sounded great. He looked great. So props, guys. But their set was awesome. They all had their little individual things, and then Spec with his very sexual part of their set, And it's like another video I may post. I don't even know yet. It was just like, I don't even want to talk about him no more. I don't know what else to say. So we're gonna go to Mario now. My Heart. He did some old stuff, and whenever artists are like, how many of y'all been rocking with me from the beginning? My hand went up. My hand shot up because I have the very first album. I have all of them, actually. I've been a fan of his for a long time. So I'm on the Scream tours, so I've seen him before, and he's still awesome, still looking good, and his dancers were cute. We had 2 dancers. Shout out to y'all. Y'all were so cute, and just like the personality and the facial expressions and the dancing, all of that was just top notch. Loved every second of it. And but he didn't do, I know for some shows Mario pulled girls up on stage, but I do know sometimes when the crowd is smaller, and then some might have been like, you know what, we not trying to have no problem, so you might want to just kind of snip that part out of your set. So maybe that's what happened, because I know a girl behind me, everybody was literally helping her get to the front to get his attention. When I say get his attention, she went up to climbed up on one of the chairs a few rows up in front of her seat, got up and was like dancing by herself, and so that didn't happen. I don't even think he looked her way, actually, but that's fine. He looked good up there though. He done us. That was fine. Did his thing. He was great. Very excited about him. And then it was like, okay, Mario's like, oh yeah, I'm skipping a whole lot of like in between stuff, huh? Whatever. So now in between Mario and B2K was probably the longest intermission that we had the whole night. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with that. But during this intermission, they were running around trying to find local talent to kind of put on a little bit, right? We knew 2 of them. I recognized 2 of them. Long story, went to Barataria Live in Marrero years ago, kind of when I'm just kind of starting Music Junkie and kind of getting noticed by musicians that I dig or whatever. And 2 of the guys that we saw there that night, one of them who was in a group, hopefully in the blog I'll mention all of this, but one of the ones that was in the group, he was singing, had the whole crowd in it. Another one, he's solo, he did his thing. They had I forgot that girl, homegirl killed it. G was just like, it was really cool to see that interaction. And of course, you had the little jokesters, the ones that can't sing, the ones that singing City Girls, and Megan Thee Stallion. I think I'm saying that right. I do like her, and I do know her. Just don't know if I'm saying her name right now. But that was funny. So that was pretty cool. And it was like, finally it was like lights went out, and then the B2K, the big B2K on the stage, and the pictures of the boys kept popping up, and they started with girlfriends. So each one like had a little section. When the section would start, their picture would pop up, and then they pop up from under the stage. And J Boog was first. I almost cried. I wanted to cry. I wanted to cry a few times that night. Just overwhelmed with emotion. Throwback, like having flashbacks of being a teenager and coming to these shows with my mom. I had a blast with my mom though. Just so y'all know that. My mom was like, "Shit, I want to go too." So they all come out. Now I did notice the fan favorites were Boog and Fizz. Can't say I'm surprised, even though I know back in the day it was always like Omari and Fizz. Those were the favorites when I would go to shows. I'm not saying Boog wasn't a favorite. Boog was always kind of, you know what I mean? But I know I was one of the. I know some of my friends were like, "Why do you like Boog? Have you seen him?" Like, then when we were teenagers, he was the dancer. He was always when I was talking in the background or in the intros or the little ad-libs, danced his ass off. He sang. He really, he did sing. He wasn't Omari, but he was singing. And he always made me feel some type of way. And at 33, he still does. I mean, he's 33. I'm about to be 32. So, I don't know if he's making 33 this year or 34. Anyway, whatever. We're 2 years apart, maybe something like that. So, like a year or two apart. I was a fan of him when he was, how old were they when they first came out? 15, 16? And then now they're in their 30s, and I feel the same way that I felt about him then, watching him dance and them singing and them still having that chemistry that they had years ago, even after the falling out and the drama. There might still be bad blood between them, but I think they've kind of grown up and they're kind of grown out of it a bit, enough to where they're like, look, our fans mean more to us than whatever was going on before. Let's go put on a show for them and make this money. I'm not mad at them. Like, look, we will pay. Y'all release the shit. Y'all put out tickets. We coming. And I mean, it really is as simple as that. I mean, your girl didn't shell out the extra $100 to go to the meet and greet VIP. I sure wish I could have though, because that would have been beyond everything. But I got responsibilities. I'm trying to save up for some stuff later, so I can't do that. But trust me, I don't regret it. Floor seats, I'm good. So, but B2K, they were everything and more. And the fact that Boog recreated my favorite scene from You Got Served. Oh, he was shirtless. And he just came out. They killed it. Killed it. And it was cute afterwards. He was like, "You want to know something about that? You want to know something about that?" And then he was like, "You want me to do it again?" Yes. Yes, please. Just that part. Just that little part. Just that again. Do it again. And he was like, "But you want to know something about that?" I'm like, "I'm tired of that motherfucker." He was like, "I'm getting too old for this shit." He's like, "I never thought when I was 17 that I would be doing this same stuff again at 33. But, baby, let me tell you, you at 33? Oh, my. And it's not just Boog. They all four of them look amazing. Omarion and his fine self. Goodness. And when he did his little set by himself to do some of his solo stuff, I even told my girl, I was like, I know it's corny, but it was like the positivity that radiates off of that man when he's performing. Felt it all. And he was just so, it's amazing. Like, his dancing ain't changed. Like, he's still killing it up there with the dance moves and the voice and the showmanship. Raz, the bundle of energy. Like, he's always been dancing, singing. I saw you trying to hit your little riffs and stuff. I heard you. And I'm not mad at you. I'm very proud of you. And Fizz. Can we talk about this hair first, though? The short hair? Because I called him a little pimp with the ponytail. It ain't no disrespect. It's not at all. Just saying. He had the ponytail for a while, like the slick back with the ponytail. Then he had the plaits. Right? Just the several plaits. Adorable. Every time he had his hair like that. But now, as an adult, with this short, curly hair, you know, you kind of catch him kind of biting his lip or something. And it was just kind of like, yeah, y'all grown. Because you just oh. I know I had to laugh at myself. When it's like, I kind of realized Boog had taken his jacket off and his arms were out. I was kind of staring. Yeah, I was staring. They just look too damn good, though. All of them, like them, Mario, Pretty Ricky, Lord, they all looked good. And I gotta tell you, before, like, I bought the tickets, like, they released dates, and I was like, oh, gotta go. They're coming to New Orleans. I don't care what day it is, I'm going. And then later, I don't know if it was after watching videos, people were disappointed in the show, and then the VIP experience was BS or whatever it was. And I was like, I don't know how to feel about it now. Then I saw the comedian hosting. I was like, oh, it's one of them shows. I've been to those before. They ain't all something to enjoy. I was just like, I don't know if I want to go no more. Like, I really was debating, like, man, I done paid for these tickets already. Do I want to go? I was like, you know what? Get my girl. We're going to go. Y'all, that was the best night of my life in a long time. Like, I can't think of much that can top that right now. It's going to take a lot for any future shows to top that experience. Because that experience was a culmination of all of the similar experiences that I had as a teenager. Because, y'all, I saw Scream Tour 2. They had just started the Scream Tours. B2K wasn't out yet when the first one hit. So it was like Bow Wow and some other people. Probably Lil Romeo, too. Scream Tour 2. They were in Lafayette at the Cajun Dome. Me and one of my friends went, right? This was, I gotta be in high school. Had to be like freshman year or something. We went, I think I was like second row. This is the Cajun Dome. This is years ago, so. And I think it was Bow Wow was the headliner of the Scream Tour at the time. The Scream Tour was like his thing, from what I'm remembering. And B2K was his opener. It wasn't like a co-headliner. They were openers. Because they had just come out. Fell in love. Been in love ever since. Well, I was in love before they did the tour. So I went, obviously. Because I was like, I'm going to see them. Like, them. That's it. I'm here to see them. Bow Wow, I was a fan. But I like B2K more. So, went to that one. Then Scream Tour 3. B2K was headlining at that point. They were in New Orleans. That one, yeesh. I want to say Pretty Ricky was on that one. I want to say B5, Bobby Valentino. I know there was somebody else, but I can't think of who else was on that tour, but it was similar to this one. Probably Marcus. Did Marcus do that one? I don't remember. It was like, IMX, or it may IMX did. IMX was one of them Scream tours, y'all. I do remember that. Then the next Scream tour I caught was the last one I ever went to. I think I was probably about 16, 17 for this one. And B2K had broken up. Amari was solo. So, but this was a co-headlining because it was Bow Wow and Amari. The two of them were co-headliners. They were the co-headliners for this show. I don't remember I feel like it was like Marcus Houston and them two. I can't think of who the openers were. I was trying to find my scrapbook this weekend. I couldn't find it, so this is all the info I have, top of the dome at the moment. But those memories, I mean, y'all, like, those are some of the best memories I have being a teenager. Concerts between NSYNC and my more kind of elementary school, junior high days, and Justin, which that probably last time I saw Justin, I was in high school, probably. And then B2K. B2K were like my black NSYNC. They were the equivalent, if not meaning more to me by the time they were out. That was a big deal to see guys that, because NSYNC, okay, yeah, they're attractive, whatever. They were all a lot older than us. B2K were closer in age. That they seemed more relatable and attainable to us. So that was just like, they were like boys we could have gone to school with. So that was a big deal. But this show was just everything. It meant so much. And I was looking at an interview with the boys yesterday, and they were, talking about how it's cool because it's like we grew up together. The fans grew up with them, and he's like seeing all of us years after all this stuff has happened. What he said, like 17 years later, and the feedback is the same, if not better. And, like they've grown, they're professionals now. Most of them have kids. I think Raz is the only one that doesn't have any kids. But for them to just come out and still get that love, if not more love now, they're more in the moment now. And it's such a beautiful thing. Like me, still being a fan of them and getting to see them for the first time since I was about 17 years old, 15, 16, 17, that's my definition of a fangirl. Not all of this, don't take it all as like we cry, we're over emotional, we're over attached and everything else. It is, being a fangirl is a feeling you get by people who make music that means something to you, that reminds you of the good times in your life, that reminds you of a happier time, that just make you feel something that you don't feel with anything else. Nobody can make you feel like that. And it's not even like a obsession, really. I mean, when you think fangirl, you think obsession, obviously. But it's not always that kind of unhealthy obsession that people automatically go to when you think fangirl, stan, all of that, right? Yes, there are some of us, and I do have my moments where I'm like, oh, pull it in, girl. Rope it in. You're doing too much. You're too old for all of that, right? So with them, it's an appreciation for them and how they made me feel, how they still make me feel. It's not so much, okay, well, do I still have a shot at dating them? No, absolutely not. Whether I'm single or not, that's not the goal. To meet them, absolutely, and just be like, thank you. Like, I went through a lot as a teenager. I was depressed. I had anxiety before I even knew what anxiety was. But going home and listening to their music, doing homework to their music, having posters on my walls where I could just look at them and smile and feel peace, that meant the world to me. And to see that they still love us and that they're still willing to put out that kind of stuff for us. That means everything. And that's my definition of a fangirl. That is a fangirl experience. No, I didn't meet them. No, I didn't get no VIP treatment, no VIP nothing. I don't have pictures with the boys. I didn't meet nobody. You know what I mean? But it's an experience. I told y'all this was a year of experience for me, and trust me, it's just getting started. Everything is just getting started. Music Junkie is gonna be something. I'm gonna make sure of it. And experiences like this are what keep me going in my everyday life, Music Junkie, with all of it. So, I mean, I know I was all over the place and probably didn't say enough, but I just really need y'all to know this was a dope tour. If you're a fan of them, even if you've maybe heard of them and you're like, I wonder what it, if you got the money, you got the time, go. I mean, it's fun. But for those of you who are like me, who grew up listening to them, y'all need to go. Y'all need to figure it out. They got a lot of dates left. So in every region, just about, y'all need to go check them out. It is an experience. I mean, for those of you who went and didn't like it, I need to talk to y'all. I'm just curious as to why. Because I know why I loved it. I mean, everything ain't perfect, but that show was dope. Like, oh, and Manny Fresh and Choppa came out and during a couple of sets, and they did a usually in New Orleans they do like a second line kind of like Mardi Gras thing for funerals to celebrate life, and they dedicated one to Nipsey. Beautiful. Like it was great. It was really great. And you could feel the love, and everybody was turning up, and everything was it was dope. It was a great show. I would love to see it again. I wouldn't mind paying to see it again, but I probably won't get my chance. But you never know. There's a lot of tour left. They got some dates coming up where they're closer to me. But trust me, y'all will be the first ones to know if I get tickets and go go broke trying to see them boys again. But I will end with this. Everybody on that stage, especially B2K, thank you. Thank you for letting us relive our teenage years for a few hours. Like, y'all, like, I'm sure y'all do know, but thank you. It meant so much. Like, it really did mean a lot. And you know, I can't wait to see what else comes out of this and what kind of things you spark in other people's minds with doing this. So thank you, and I guess that's Music Junkie signing out.